Welcome back to the Focus Lab, the quiet corner in a noisy world. And this is where we grow in clarity, in purpose, and in results. And we focus on three powerful pillars here: faith, focus, and fire. Results. This isn't just a podcast, it's a mindset lab. And in a world that rewards distraction, we reward intentional living. Today, I want to share something I got during my quiet time in a moment that brought both focus and fire into my week. Now, let's dive into 5 powerful lessons that I picked up from the book of Ruth. Whether you've read the Bible or not, I promise there's wisdom in here for everyone. Now, here's a bit of background in case you're not familiar. Ruth was a young woman who had just lost her husband. She was from a different tribe. She was a foreigner. And her mother-in-law, Naomi, had also just lost everything. Now, despite their grief and poverty, Ruth made a radical choice. She decided to stay with Naomi instead of going back to her home. Now, instead of chasing a new life or remarrying quickly, Ruth said, "You know what? I'm with you, Naomi." What followed is a beautiful story of loyalty, strategy, redemption, and purpose. Lesson 1: Ruth was a hard worker. Now, she didn't just sit around waiting to be rescued. Ruth initiated the idea of working so that she and Naomi wouldn't go hungry. So when Boaz, who was the landowner where she was working, arrived from his travels and he saw her, he asked his manager, he's like, "Listen, who's that woman working in the field?" And the manager said, "Oh, that's Ruth. She asked to do some small work and we allowed her. And quite frankly, she's been working nonstop, except for a few short breaks here and there." Now, that level of diligence made Ruth memorable. So what's the lesson? Your work ethic is part of your personal brand. People may not know your name yet, but they'll know your consistency. Lesson 2: people are watching you. See, when Ruth introduced herself to the landowner, to Boaz, Boaz's response was, "Oh, I've heard about you and about what you did for your mother-in-law." People are always watching, even when you think no one notices. And it's a good thing to take stock of what is being said about your brand. Do you know that even Jesus once asked his disciples, "Who do people say I am?" And then he asked them, "Who do you say I am?" So I think this is a good place to kind of pause and reflect. What are people saying about you? But don't think about it or look at it in a paranoid way or in an insecure way. No, look at it through strategic lenses. I want you to ask your mentors, ask your mentees, ask your colleagues. You spend loads of hours with them every day. Ask them, "Hey, what comes to mind when you hear my name?" And if you don't like what you hear, don't panic, just get to work. Your name carries weight. Make sure it carries the right meaning. Lesson number 3: have a mentor. And yes, even one who has been through loss or failure. You see, Naomi was Ruth's mother-in-law, and Naomi became Ruth's mentor. Now, let's be honest. Naomi didn't look like a successful mentor. She had just lost her husband, her sons, her security, her joy. But hear this: just because someone is in a low season doesn't mean they don't carry high wisdom. Naomi had once been a wife and a mother. She had also been a foreigner navigating in a new land. And all these things was what Ruth herself was now also going through. She guided Ruth with insight. She told her, "You know what, Ruth? Stay on Boaz's field. It's safer for you." She knew about timing. She understood risk. And so when it was time for Ruth to level up, Naomi didn't hesitate. And that's what a good mentor does. They help you see what's inside of you, even when you don't see it yet. Lesson 4: have a clear goal and a clear strategy. See, at some point in the story, the goalpost shifted. It was time for Ruth to transition from surviving the fields to stepping into a new season. And Naomi told her what to do. Naomi said, "You know what, Ruth, here's what you're going to do. Go take a bath, put on some perfume, wear your best clothes, go to this location, approach Boaz in this way, sit next to him at this time. That was not just advice, that was strategy. You can hope, you can pray, you can dream, but without a strategy, you're leaving progress to chance. Ruth was a good mentee too. She didn't just drag her feet, she followed through. She swallowed her fear and she moved. She did what she was told to do. Here's your key takeaway: you're competing with a global market. In this season in your life, you must be deliberate, you must be intentional, and you must be strategic. And here's the fifth lesson I picked up from the book of Ruth. Now, Boaz was a good man. He was. Let's talk about Boaz for a little bit. Men, this is for you. The book introduced him as a wealthy and influential man. But that's not what made Boaz a great guy. Boaz was actually genuinely kind. See, when you read the story, he said when Boaz returned from his travel, he took the time to greet his staff. Some of you men don't even acknowledge the security guard that's greeting you nonstop. You don't even greet them back. Boaz was generous. He told his workers, you know what, go ahead and just leave extra food behind for Ruth. He was a generous man. He was honest. He didn't just marry Ruth quietly, even though he could have done that. There was another man in the family who had legal rights first. Boaz respected that process. And so he was wise. He decided, you know what, I'm going to have this conversation with this man first. And he handled that conversation with amazing tact. So, yes, let me be clear. Boaz remains a prayer point. So, please, for those ladies who are free, he was a kind man, a wealthy man, a respectful man, a wise man who walked in integrity. Single ladies, please, yes, add Boaz to cart. All right, so you know what? Let's run this back, okay? Number one, work hard. Let your work ethic speak before your name even does. Number two, be aware. People are watching your values even when you think no one sees. Number three, find mentors who can guide you even in their own low season. Number four, have a strategy. Prayer and perfume both have their place. And number five, men, be like Boaz. Be wealthy, be influential, be rich in character. Okay? This book may only be 4 chapters long, but the wisdom inside it, I think, will last me a lifetime for sure. So if this episode blessed you, I want you to head over to tanwaashuru.com and join the Focus Tribe. It's our community of focused, faith-driven achievers, and you'll get the tools and the framework and the clarity to help you live a life of purpose and impact. And when you join, I'll send you a special discount code for the Focus Life Planner, designed to help you build strong habits and to live a life like a champ. Thank you once again for joining me at the Focus Lab. Remember, your purpose deserves your focus, and you're going to give it your full attention. So until next time, stay grounded, stay growing, stay focused.